Okay, here's example 2 with using interval notation. So in this example, we want to convert from inequality notation to interval notation. So let's go ahead and do that. So -4 is strictly less than x is less than or equal to 2. Okay, so remember the smaller number always comes first, so -4, comma 2, okay? Now how did the parentheses and brackets go? So for strict inequality, it's round parenthesis. For less than or equal to, it's square bracket, okay? So strict inequality, round parenthesis, less than or equal to, square bracket, okay? How about 0 less than or equal to x less than 1? So smaller number first, 0, 1. Now this is less than or equal to, so we put a square bracket on the 0, because 0, x can be 0, x can be equal to 0, so we put a square bracket on it. And then strictly less than 1, so round parenthesis over here, okay? How about over here? So very goofy numbers, but still smaller one first, so 12 root 7, comma 143.8, okay? And if you aren't sure, yeah, 12 root 7 definitely is smaller than 143.8, but you know, you can toss it into a calculator if you want to make sure, but of course it would have to be, otherwise the question wouldn't even make any sense. Okay, this problem wouldn't make sense otherwise. But anyway, so how do the brackets and parentheses go? Well, less than or equal to x, so square bracket over here, less than or equal to, so square bracket over here, okay? So it's both, or equal to on both, so it's square bracket on both, okay? How about over here, -18.2 and less than x, less than 6/7. So we write the smaller number first, -18.2, and then comma 6/7. And then here, strict inequality here, -18.2 is strictly less than x, so round parenthesis. X is strictly less than 6/7, so round parenthesis, okay? And that's it. That's it for part D. How about part E? Okay. 153 is strictly greater than x. So little kind of tricky like that. Okay, kind of tricky like that. So we can fill this in first. We can say, okay, strictly greater than x, strictly greater than -infinity. So it's actually more common to write it the other way around. So before you convert to interval notation, you might want to write it using less than signs, okay, or less than or equal to signs if applicable. So this is the same thing as saying -infinity. So if we read this from right to left, -infinity from right to left is less than x, is less than 153. Okay. So then if we want to answer that, that's easier now. So the smaller number comes first. Oops, getting ahead of myself. Smaller one comes first, but remember, -infinity is not really a number, but still it counts as smaller than everything because it's infinitely far to the left. So it's smaller than everything. So if you have -infinity, that's always going to come first. Comma 153. Always, 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 round parenthesis on -infinity and positive infinity. Always, always, always. And then 153 gets a round parenthesis because we have strictly less than here. Okay. Okay, so again, so part E was kind of tricky maybe because we had it like this at first, but you know, just convert it to using less than signs or less than or equal to if appropriate, if applicable. So then it's easy to identify, okay, this is the smaller one, it comes first, and then comma, the other one here, 153. Then how do the parentheses and brackets go? Well, infinities always get parentheses, whether it's -infinity or positive infinity or what, they always get round parentheses, never the square brackets on those, never, ever, ever, no matter what else is happening, never square brackets on those. And then x is strictly less than 153, so strict inequality gives us this round parenthesis here. Okay, so that's example 2 with converting between inequality and interval notation here.